slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They go play action with Hurts. As he throws there, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And now a low rider. I think he mishit it. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the AFC will take over 1st and 10.
39-yard line.
They'll run here with the Saints, Alvin Kamara. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
Brought down
there to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now he under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. DeMarcus, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mahomes out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is going to be intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Hurts sets up to throw it. As he releases it, and now fall incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be a short field ahead as the AFC takes over 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is caught at the 8. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
7-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
And just one man in the backfield here. 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the AFC has taken the early lead. So the AFC, they won the Pro Bowl the last couple of seasons and off to another good start here.
Yeah, how about that? The first touchdown of this game, how many more do we expect to see?
Hopefully a lot. I want offense in this ball game.
I don't think there's any question about it. Rarely do you get defensive struggles in the Pro Bowl.
So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, 1st down. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. Takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 72 yards. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go. Now Elliott. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Home team, nothing.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is in. Touchdown NFC. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the NFC just an extra point away from tying up this game. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense for the AFC set to go now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. J.J. Watt just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Now, how about that play right there? Party, remember I told you about the home run hitter theory that someone told me years ago?
What's that?
Meaning a guy who hits home runs in the major leagues, go back and trace what he did all the way growing up, probably hit home runs at every level. That's just who he is. But this guy sacked people all during the regular season. Why wouldn't he do the same thing here at the Pro Bowl?
Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And going deep for Hill. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for the touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 68 yards. And the AFC adds on to their lead. Wouldn't be the Pro Bowl without the QBs taking some shots, and that shot paid off.
He understood, I don't know if it's instinctively, if he did his homework, that you do take your shots, as you said, in this game because the payoff is terrific. We will remember how many touchdown passes you threw. I don't think we ever recall how many interceptions you throw in a game like this.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The NFC takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Elliott, the ball carrier.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard. Go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And a double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Sliding out of the pocket. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and it's 2nd down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Going for it all. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Tracy Walker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
NFC takes
You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball, a little dangerous, could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mahomes going to throw. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. It was the linebacker, Devin White, there to knock it away.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
They'll run with Mixon. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. That's caught at the 2. And he will score. Touchdown AFC. Alvin Kamara. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
The NFC takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense for the NFC. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Well, the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack.
Someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking, and got his man, complete. He's at the 30. Touchdown! Ezekiel Elliott. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the NFC able to get a bit closer. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
13.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Complete to Hill. 30, 20.
If you were me,
and he will score. Touchdown AFC. Tyreek Hill in the final seconds of the first half. And the AFC strikes quickly there for 6. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum, but not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think
and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. So we have hit halftime of the Pro Bowl with the AFC leading the NFC. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. A fairly short kick from the 14. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The offense for the AFC set to go now. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes on the slant. This is Chark. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
10 at the 48-yard line.
A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. They'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes. The receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. But he's out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right. And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the AFC adds on to their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good. So good, he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
To run the football, I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and Gibson decides against bringing it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's 3rd and short.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. He's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play that time for the NFC. 44 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Back to throw again. for the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. That's caught inside the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
A turn of the power game to try to get in. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield.
This is a tough situation offensively because down 3 scores, the field goal kicker's not even going to come into play here. As an offensive play caller, though, you know you have to take chances. This is a time to get creative.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Hurts. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. T.J. Watt gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. And the pressure gets to him again. T.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. We'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
At the 47-yard line.
Mahomes now on 1st down. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Right back to him for 10 more and a 1st.
Move those chains. That's good for another Jacksonville.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And now look at him go. The 20. And he will take this back. A fumble return for an NFC touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written him off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Doug Peterson says, let's go for 2 here.
Conversion.
Throwing is Hurts. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
The score. Visitors 35. Our home team 19.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. A fairly short kick from the 14. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. It's the AFC with the football and the lead as we begin quarter number 4.
35. Our home team 19.
The offense for the AFC set to go now. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now, and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and not have to live with that for the rest of the year.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Now here's Mahomes. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. The AFC thus far on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
A gain of 3.
They'll try and run with Mixon. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Oh, wide open, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one goes for 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
To throw, it's Mahomes. This is caught. Gronkowski. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
AFC 1st down.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in, and he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the AFC is able to widen their advantage. The extra point now coming from Myers.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
Our home team, 19. Jason Myers to kick off for the AFC.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come home with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Hurts to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that is caught. How about that one? He wielded it one-handed for a touchdown. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game.
42. Our home team, 27. Brandon McManus set to...
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. Oh, good return up past the 30.
AFC takes over. First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The AFC offense set to take their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
So that'll back him up 5. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Mahomes to throw on second down. And incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's third down.
I think the defenders have to feel pretty good, even though the ball was tipped in the air and could have become a big play for the offense. They actually won one because the guy flinging it today, he's having quite the performance. A couple of touchdown passes, almost threw his first interception, but he's throwing it so well that I think Lady Luck was on his side.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. That's good for 28 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, it brings me right out of my seat.
They go play action with Hurts. They'll roll him out right. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah. Now
you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Makes the score. Visitors 42. Our home team 34.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The offense for the AFC set to go now. And one thing you'd like to see in a Pro Bowl, a competitive contest. We've got that just like the last 2 seasons. A 1-score game as we play here in the fourth.
But I'd love to know.
Now the defense loses if it's complete. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill, 70 yards. And the AFC adds on to their lead.
AFC.
Boy, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8, and I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
Well, it tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad still hasn't forgiven me.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And Gibson decides against bringing it out.
their own 25-yard line.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out.
He's got him in, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts. As they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Flush to his right. And his throw here's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Hurts sets up to throw it. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Again, he'll drop the throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. Defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Flushed out right. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
A gain of 6 makes it 3rd and 4.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. But he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their 2nd, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The AFC went for it, and it doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?